Hey guys, welcome back to RHR Jen. I'm so glad you're here. Guys, I have such a good show for you today. Meghan is up to it again. That's right. She's posted on her Instagram, and I want to take a look at that post with you and break down the weirdness that's going on over there, as well as the announcement of her upcoming show and why the timing, as always, is suspicious. If you're new here, I'm Jen. Make sure you subscribe, hit the thumbs up, leave me comments, as all of those helps YouTube to recommend my videos, and I sincerely appreciate it. Before we get into today's video, I just want to take a moment to honor Veterans Day. So to all of our veterans, those who have served, those who have sacrificed and stood tall for our freedoms, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your courage and commitment to keep our nation strong. Today we celebrate you and your families and the legacy that we carry. Whether you're watching this at home or overseas, please know that your service is seen, it's valued, and it's never forgotten. Let's hold space for those who we've lost and keep supporting our heroes every day. With all my gratitude, sincerely, thank you. Now let's dive in. Okay, let's take a look at Meghan's Instagram, shall we? I thought I would let the video play. I'll talk about it and we'll get into some of the weirdness that we can see here. But here we go. I can't play the music because of copyright reasons. But when you click on her Instagram, the first thing you're met with is this still image of her Netflix show. It's coming December 3rd. I'll talk about why that's interesting. But then it goes into her story, which re-shows that. And then it goes into this video that I just want to show you because I showed it to my chef friend and we had lots to say about it. So just take a look. We got some flowers going on, some strawberries, some bagels, some more flowers, some jam or spread. Meghan doing whatever Meghan's doing. Taking a bite, doing a little dance, and there you go. That's the video. Okay, now let's talk about all this because I know there's a lot going on there. And I want to talk about it, and I do have still images of it because I want to take a look. But let's start with the Netflix show, shall we? So that happens on December 3rd this year, 2026. Okay. So I want you to think about that. December 3rd, What's going on December 3rd? Well, guess what? The British royal family had publicly announced that on December 3rd this year, they'll be marking the kickoff of a major state visit. King Charles and Queen Camilla will host the president of Germany for an official 3-day visit to the UK. So it'll start December 3rd and run through the 5th. So this is a high protocol affair that will happen at Windsor Castle and Buckingham Palace, involving ceremonial welcomes, diplomatic receptions, and likely a state banquet with the full pomp that we come to love from the royal family, right? So military honors, all the stuff, red carpet arrivals, all that stuff. I just think it's interesting that that's the day they decide to launch this. Previously, I believe it was expected, we'd heard that it might be November that this thing drops. So I think it's interesting that hypothetically it might have been moved to go along with that. One wonders, is it, always riding the coattails of the royal family, but I just wonder because the other ones, from what I understand, have done so poorly that it has to be something like that. She's hoping to cash in on people looking up the royal family and seeing what's going on with them. I just think it's interesting timing wise. It feels like a deliberate troll versus some cosmic coincidence, as they always want us to believe. It never is, right? It never is. I just think about the British royal family and the way that they do things, and they, they're carrying on and doing these actual royal functions. And then you got whatever's going on with these two, right? Oh man, always. I want to talk about how poorly her previous shows have done. Of course, with Love Meghan season 1, oh my goodness, that came out in March of this year, 2025. It was hyped as her big lifestyle pivot, with as we know, and It debuted with, I believe it was like 526,000, something like that, household in the first 5 days. It was a fraction of the 2.1 million that had tuned into Harry and Meghan back in 2022. It spent, if I understand this correctly, about 1 week in the top 10. Yeah, I don't even think that part 2 did that. They're calling part 2, there were some p okay, I'm calling it part 2. It wasn't even a part 2, remember, it was more of a part 1 leftover, and they called that a big fat flop. They talk about the struggles that are associated with this Netflix deal. Think like Pearl. Remember, she had that show that was canned from what I understand, and Polo didn't do well, and now they're bragging that they got this first look deal with Netflix. Well, the way that most people are interpreting that is it's actually a pretty big step down. Like, we don't really want to do anything else with you, but we'll have a I'm sorry, it's just funny. We'll have a look, I guess. I mean, what could you do with these two? I know that Ted guy is like drinking their Kool-Aid, but seriously, what can you do with these two? I know a couple of YouTubers will watch it and talk about it, but the average person is not going to watch this. And again, I said before with holiday specials, when you think warm and cozy, do you think Meghan and Harry? I certainly don't. I don't need a beige Christmas. The other thing, I'm in a group chat with some friends and we were talking about, oh God, what's she going to do for the holiday special? And I said, come on, it's going to be a charcuterie wreath. Like how long? That's literally what I texted. How long till we see a charcuterie wreath? Well, we got even more basic version of that by this bagel board. Let's talk about that. So this bagel board that she's posted in this video, is that supposed to draw us to this holiday special? I'm not really sure. Bagel board, again, I talked to my friend Chef Marie and I was like, hey, help me out here. What's going on with this? And she reminded me that bagel boards were popular years ago. I mean, I remember being in corporate world back before my Gosling was even here, and they would bring out these cut up bagels like this and then a couple of cream cheeses. But she said bagel boards were a thing we thought about 2021, maybe something like that, maybe even earlier. Um, it's just all these boards became kind of a rage. So again, it's Meghan taking something that's been done and trying to reinvent it, add a couple flower sprinkles to it. I'm not really sure what we're supposed to do with that. You know, there are whispers all over of this career implosion and the possibility of, will there be a reality show or something? I really don't know what, I don't know what's left for them. I really don't. I don't think this one's gonna go well. I do think in general, holiday specials can have success. I think people look for anything holiday. So she might, I'm not pro Megan, but I'm just saying like she might see a little bit better numbers on this one out of morbid curiosity. And because the way I don't know how many episodes they're gonna be, but the way I understand it, this might be a one-off or maybe 2 episodes, like a smaller thing, not a whole series like before. My goodness gracious, I want that time back covering that. I feel like I'm blinking Morse code to you guys, like, help me, help me. It was so bad. I do want to point out the other interesting thing about having a holiday special, and that is this. You know, I love our Catherine so much. I love her. By the way, I dressed holiday for today. I don't know if you can see it in the light, but it's actually green plaid. I thought it was so cute. And I've worn it's the lock and key shirt. If you've been with me a long time, you know, if you see keys in the comments, that's why. In fact, leave keys in the comments. I just can't help but think of Catherine with all this. I love her so much. She is the heart of the royal festivities. She is amazing always, but especially around the holiday time, right? So she does her Together at Christmas carol service. The origin of that was, I think it started about 2021 as a thank you to everyday heroes, NHS workers, volunteers, community unsung stars, things like that. And now it's an annual Westminster Abbey tradition. So it draws about 1,600 guests for the carols. They do heartfelt speeches. They'll do like celeb cameos, things like that. It's broadcast on ITV on Christmas Eve. it's her thing. It's amazing, and I think it's such a good cause, and it's just so wonderful. They do it's cool themes like love being the greatest gift, things like that. I just love that. It feels so real. It feels because it is real. It's not a Netflix set. It's not just a show. It's a way to give back. It's a way to help the helpers. It's a way to honor people. And I think that's pretty amazing if you ask me. Um I love seeing her. I love seeing her show up for that, and I love seeing the family there, and I love seeing how they honor, again, the people that are really doing, amazing things. Um, I just again, I think it's crazy for Meghan to take on this special for so many reasons. Again, do you think warm and cozy with Meghan? Probably not. Again, with the Catherine thing, the date of it all, the flops that we've seen with her, with these holiday specials, I don't take them lightly, and I think a lot of people don't. They're without being dramatic, it's like an emotional anchor, right? It's something that a lot of us are tied to, and especially with Catherine after her health scare and dropping a holiday show, I just feel like it's meant to steal focus. Good luck with that. She won't be. I'm talking about Meghan won't be able to with her late crusade, that stuff. But I'm saying, like, it just feels like an attention grab, and it feels like that on so many levels. The date, the theme, the idea of it, all that, it feels like shallow as opposed to the depth that we see with Catherine. I'll say that. I mean, what is Meghan going to show us? How to wrap gifts in a very pretentious way, how to do things that nobody needs to know how to do, how to move pretzels from one bag to another. I mean, what are we doing here? What's happening? But let's go back to the bagel video because I'm still stuck on that. And I think it's really funny. And I do have some stills from that. Again, I'm just guessing. I'm not sure that she didn't say what was on this thing. So I asked my friend, Chef Marie, for her thoughts. And she felt like she was looking at this. And again, this is just our opinions, not sure she didn't actually think this was cream cheese. She thought maybe it was like, hopefully I'm saying this right, mascarpone, or she even thought like ricotta, something like that, maybe spread on this board um, because of the way it looks. She thought that it appeared to be strawberries. She pointed out that they're smaller strawberries, so it could have been technically something from a garden, even though it's not strawberry season. Um, the flower petals, she said what she thought they were, and I already forgot what she said. I'm so sorry, Chef Marie. But anyway, there's some flower petals on there because can't get enough of those. And then she seems to be sprinkling. I don't know if that's more the yellow flower petals she sprinkled on, or also I believe it was her dried flower petals that she sprinkled on as well. Look at the bagels. I was asking Chef if she thought and again, we're not in the kitchen. We don't know. Just her opinion. I was like, "Do you think that there's any?" I don't think Meghan made anything. That's just my opinion. But do you think that somebody in her kitchen made these? She said, "No, I don't think so. Probably store-bought or send out for type thing." Now, Chef Marie pointed out that the real authentic good bagels, like New York bagels, are bigger and usually the holes are a little small. I mean, it can depend, but she's right. I got to thinking, I was like, "Oh, that's funny. This looks like I wonder if these are like Dave's Killer Bagels." Nothing wrong with that, but I'm saying it's just be funny. Like, where's the effort in this? What are you showing us here? You took store-bought bagels, some sort of spread, and then just sprinkled flowers on it. Again, it's not that I'm surprised by this. What else is new with Meghan? But it's just kind of funny. I want to point out that she's wearing white again to do this with. I mean, what else is new? The other thing that immediately struck me while watching this is not only the stupid flowers everywhere and the look at me, look at my jewelry, always. It's the jam, or I'm sorry, I'm taking liberties calling it jam, the loose fruit spread, the fruit sputum, I believe it's been called. I don't know, but in my opinion, I wondered if that's not hers. I wonder if that's not her jam. The reason I say that is because this seems to be a little bit less runny. Maybe it is hers. But if it is hers, why wouldn't she use her own jar? Is she just trying to show that it's homemade? The gig, I mean, we know the gig is up. We know that it's not homemade, like talking about her jars. Um, so what's we're missing something here. What's happening? I actually wondered if she just spooned in some Smuckers or something and couldn't be bothered to make her own jam. So she just used whatever she had in the fridge or whatever and then just spooned it out. That'd be pretty funny actually. So there's that. Now there it does look a little bit more watery, but it's just kind of funny. And then she does the bite and then the little dance. And I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say out loud, do we think that she's standing in her kitchen eating bagels? I just think I see this and I think, who is this for? What is this for? It just seems like again a problem that nobody had, a solution that nobody needed, and it's for nobody. Never family there, never like it's just a lot of food sitting out. What to go to waste? I mean, who's this for? What's happening? I don't know. Anyway, so that's supposed to help us feel good about her holiday special. Anybody feel good about it? No, me neither. Okay. So yeah, there's that. That's what she posted. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are because I'm just as confused as you are. Seriously though, how does a bagel tray? So again, Chef Marie, thank you. Shout out to Chef Marie. Chef Marie was pointing out like a few years ago, these trays were all the rage. They were making trays out of everything, but it's just kind of like been there, done that. There's just nothing new. But again, that's Meghan in a nutshell. Nothing new, no new ideas here. Nothing to see here. So yeah, I don't know. Even the bagels, I'm not trying to nitpick. It just looks like whatever that spread is just just right on a plate or on a serving tray. And then the bagels are just, they're fine. They just look like white bagels. And then a bunch of fruit spread. I don't know. And some flowers. Okay, sure. Tell me where the innovation is. I'll wait. My goodness gracious. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on all this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know. I mean, I don't know. Let's play a game. Tell me something like the charcuterie wreath. What's going to be the most basic B thing she's going to do on this Netflix holiday special? I'm going with charcuterie wreath. You know what's happening. Yeah, I'm sticking with that. Let me know in the comments, what do you think she'll make? Like some sort of what am I saying? Santa out of strawberries and whipped cream. I mean, what are we doing here? Let me know in the comments below. It's got to be something so basic and so obvious. That spread of whatever cream cheese or mascarpone or whatever it is will be a Santa beard. I don't know. It'll be something so obvious. There'll be one red nose for Rudolph. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. If you want to further support the show, you know how to do it. There's several ways. Definitely check out the merch. We got Team Catherine. Everything's fine. Whole lot of other stuff. Honk, honk. Check that out if you're interested. Also, check out my Patreon. Patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. It's my old name. Tons of new stuff. I just recapped the whole first episode of the Victoria Beckham special. It was so good. I loved it. I can't recommend it highly enough. It's on Netflix. Highly recommend. 2 thumbs up for me. I want to keep going with that. I'm very much enjoying that. Definitely check that out if you're interested. And a huge thank you to my executive geese and ganders for all your love and support. The way you support the show, it means the world to me. I appreciate you guys. And that's going to do it for me. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts on all of this. And yeah, leave me comments and make sure you're hitting the thumbs up and hit the hype if you have the button because it really does help. All right, that's going to do it for me. Take care. Bye-bye. Hi. Okay, so if you're new here, this is what we do. We stay tuned to the end because I always add a little like Easter egg at the end or a little, I don't know, holiday special, if you will. Seriously, what are we doing? What's going to happen at this holiday special? Come here, eat. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. What are we going to do here? Is Uncle Daniel going to make another appearance? Although I hear those two are on the outs. I'm curious about that. But maybe it was filmed in advance. I actually wonder if it was all filmed at the same time when she did the first one. It's like, "Oh, yeah, let's film something for the holidays." And they're like, "Okay, let's break it off and use it around then." I don't know. We'll see. What else? Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for me. I'm dying to know your thoughts on this one. What do you think? I mean, just all of it. December 3rd, that is not a coincidence. That's so on purpose every single time. I just don't understand. And I also don't understand why you wouldn't put it out in November because people, if you're actually trying to get views and not just try to be spiteful, people do start watching, holiday themed things in November. So I don't know. It just seems to me if I was pushing a holiday special and I'd put in work, that's where I lost her already. If I'd put in work to it, I would do it probably in November. So that way I have time for people to watch it and get into the holiday spirit and maybe make these things for parties coming up and stuff. But oh, well, not Megan, because everything's out of spite, in my opinion. All right, that's going to do it for me. If you stay tuned this long, how about just leave a key in the comments? If you're like, why key? Well, that's because this shirt is built on this necklace that has this like crazy padlock. I know it's so weird, but it's so fun. I love this shirt so much. And so before my friend had left keys in the comments, and it made me laugh. So leave a key in the comment if you stay tuned this long. It's just silly. But I love this shirt. Can you see it? It's like green plaid, see? And it's like, there's like blue in there. And let's see. There's some blue, there's some white, there's some green. It's like silky. It's just fun. I thought it was so cute. And then it wraps. Let's see. Hold on. It just wraps around my neck like that. I just thought it was fun. It's kind of split in the back too, but it's just a cute shirt. I really like it. All right, that's going to do it for me. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys have the best day. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.